I see it every year. Tourists land in one of Thailand's most beautiful islands, and then they post on their social media about the horror of their boat trip in Thailand.
The truth? They picked the wrong side of the ocean. Thailand has 2 different seas and 3 completely different beach zones. And most importantly, they don't share the same weather. If you go to the west when you should actually be in the east, you are basically paying for a week-long spa day inside your hotel room. Today, I'm breaking down the Andaman versus Gulf map and also showing you the beaches closest to Bangkok and giving you the 2026 weather cheat sheet so you never suffer a rainy day at the beach again.
สวัสดีค่ะ I'm Alisa and we are a team of local Thai. And if this is your first time in Thailand, don't forget to grab our free Thailand Cheat Sheet. You'll find the link in the description below.
If you've seen a picture of a limestone cliff towering over a long-tail boat with the most emerald green water of all, you're potentially looking at the Andaman Sea. This is the crown jewel of Thailand, but it's also the most temperamental as any beautiful woman is. The Andaman Sea is located on the west side of Thailand. If you are looking for those dramatic avatar-like mountains jutting out of the ocean, this is where you go. It's home to the famous ones you probably have seen all over the internet, like Phuket, Krabi, PP Island, or Lipe. And for those of you who loves exploring hidden gems, we are in love with Kradan Island and Muk Island in Trang province. Definitely check it out. Here we are talking deep turquoise water, world-class diving at the Similan Islands, and the kind of scenery that makes your phone's camera feel inadequate. Note that Thailand has become very serious about conservation lately. And as a Thai person, I'm super grateful for that. So here are things you need to know. As of 2026, Thailand has strictly enforced a ban on sunscreens containing chemicals. These kill the coral reefs. If you are caught using them in a national marine park, you can be fined up to 100,000 baht. In 2026 and a little before this, they have strictly hourly limits to prevent overcrowding. So book 3 to 5 days in advance if you come during the peak season around November to April. Also remember, no swimming in Maya Bay because they try to protect its fragile ecosystem from the devastating effects of over-tourism. You can wade up your knees for a photo, but that's it. The sharks and the corals are finally coming back and the rangers intend to keep it that way. This is where most first-timers get it wrong. Because Thailand being a tropical country doesn't mean it will be sunny all year. The water is crystal clear, the winds and the waves are calm, and all the islands are open. January through March is the sweet spot for diving because the water will be extra clear. While this is the monsoon season, many islands, including the Similans and parts of Lipe, close completely to tourists during this time. The waves get massive, and if you see the red flag on the beach, do not go in. Even if you are a strong swimmer, the riptides here are no joke. I've heard it from the guard themselves, and many foreigners who thought they are stronger than nature died at Phuket Beach during those times. But what if you can only travel during those monsoon months? Does that mean your Thailand dream is over? Not exactly. You just have to switch sides. Next, let's talk about the Gulf of Thailand to see why the other side can be vastly different.
When the west coast shut down for monsoon season, the Gulf of Thailand on the right side has just started. So if you travel between June and August, this is going to be your safe bet to expect some sunshine and no rain.
Now, if you look at the map of Thailand, the Gulf of Thailand sits on the east side of that peninsula. And this is where you find some of the country's most beloved islands. เกาะสมุย เกาะพังงาน เกาะเต่า. The vibe here is slightly different from what most people imagine when they think Thailand island. The water is quite shallow and calm, generally calmer than the Andaman Sea on the west coast. เกาะเต่า in particular is one of the most popular spots in the world to get your open water diving certification. And a big reason for that is how forgiving and clear the water is. Of course, being one of the most affordable in the world factors in. But on this side, the water can be less emerald and sand can be a little less white than the west. Now, here's where it gets interesting and where most people get completely confused when planning a Thailand trip. The Gulf of Thailand does not follow the same weather rules as the rest of the country. While Phuket on the west coast is getting hammered by rain from May to October, Samui and its neighbors on the east are largely sunny during those same months. That's because they are influenced by a completely different monsoon system, the northeast monsoon, rather than the southwest one that hits the Andaman side. So, what does that mean for you practically? Your green window, the good weather months, runs from December all the way through August. That's nearly 9 months of viable beach time, which is honestly one of the longest sunny stretches you'll find anywhere in Thailand. Now, within that window, January through April is the sweet spot, the driest, clearest and most reliably beautiful stretch of the year. February in particular is statistically the sunniest month on Koh Samui. From May through August, expect a mix. Mornings are often gorgeous and you get plenty of great beach days, but quick tropical showers become more common, usually in the afternoon. Think of it less as rainy and more as tropical. A 20-minute downpour, then blue skies again. Now, this is the part most travelers get wrong. October and November are when you want to stay away. This is the Gulf's own monsoon window, when the northeast monsoon rolls in and Koh Samui in particular takes a serious beating. November is the single rainiest month of the year here. Seas are rough, ferries get cancelled and flooding. The good news, by December conditions change quickly. But Thailand's Gulf Coast doesn't stop at those famous islands. Closer to Bangkok, just a few hours away, there's an entirely different side to the Gulf of Thailand.
What if you don't have time to fly south? You can still get the island vibe and the true island living style by going to just some island close to Bangkok in just a few hours. But there are many islands and beaches that are kind of secret and hidden that some of the locals don't even know of.
Directly east and south of Bangkok lies what I call the Bangkok quick fix. My friends and family from Bangkok always go there whenever they need vitamin C. It doesn't require as much planning, just hop on the car and drive. And here's what makes it special. Some of the best spots here are places that even some locals have never been to. Let's start with the most well-known name in the zone, Pattaya. Now, Pattaya has a reputation, but when my family and friends go to Pattaya, we usually go to stay at a hotel by the beach, enjoy our time there, maybe venture out for a seafood meal a bit before coming back to the hotel. Even more importantly, what most people miss is that just 45 minutes by boat from Pattaya sits Koh Lan, a small island with clear turquoise water, far away from the noise of the city. It's the closest thing to a postcard island you will find within striking distance of Bangkok. But if Koh Lan is a quick fix, Koh Samet is the smart fix. Here's something genuinely fascinating about this island. It has its own microclimate. Koh Samet is one of the driest spots in all of Thailand, shielded from rain by the Jantaburi mountain range and the Rayong Peninsula. In practical terms, that means it's one of the very few Thai islands you can visit almost any time of the year and still have a solid beach day. Unless it got hit by a storm, it should be fairly okay to go even during the rainy season. But just don't expect blue sky all day every day. Koh Samet is about 3 hours journey from Bangkok. You would get to the pier in Rayong province, then a short ferry across, and it's absolutely worth it. Now, the next one is where it gets really interesting. About 30 kilometers south of Pattaya in Sattahip, Chonburi province, there is a beach that most tourists don't even know exists. It's called Sai Keo Beach and a few others, and it sits inside an active Royal Thai Navy base. The beach itself is stunning. We are talking soft white sand, crystal clear water, and almost no commercial development because the Navy keeps it that way. No overdevelopment. It's genuinely pristine. And the good news is it's open to foreigners. You show your passport at the checkpoint, pay a small entrance fee of 100 Thai baht. That's less than $3, and you are in. Just note that you need private transport to get there, and you have to leave by 6 p.m. And if you have a bit more time further east, closer to the Cambodian border, sits Koh Chang, Thailand's second largest island and one of the most underrated ones in the entire country. Bigger, more lush, and still far less crowded than Koh Samui or Phuket. And if you go further down south, for like 3 hours from Bangkok, you will meet Hua Hin Town. Just like Pattaya, but a lot quieter, calmer, and more chill. The overall vibe of this entire eastern seaboard zone is the place Bangkok's working crowd escapes to on Friday night and come back from on Sunday. The seafood here is some of the best in the country. Now, is the water as emerald green as the Andaman? Is the sand as white as Koh Lipe in the south? Honestly, no. But it's still beautiful, it's accessible, and for 2 or 3 day trip without a domestic flight, that's why Bangkokians love it. And one more thing, Tomorrowland Thailand is happening December 11 to 13 at Wisdom Valley in Chonburi, right in the heart of this eastern seaboard zone we just talked about. And the timing couldn't be better because December here means you're pleasantly in cool, dry season for this part of Thailand. Expect warm days, daytime highs around 32 Celsius, and genuinely comfortable evenings. Perfect festival weather by any standard. I'm going to leave this cheat sheet up for a second. Take a screenshot of this if you want. But look, weather is just one part of the puzzle. Thailand is changing fast in 2026. We're talking about new digital entry forms and some brand new laws that could get you fined if you aren't careful. So before you book anything, make sure you check out the video right here. It covers everything you need to know to plan your Thailand trip the right way. And if this helps you finally figure out which side of the map you belong on, hit that like button. It tells me to make more geographic guides like this. If you want more local travel tips like this that not only save you money but also keep you out of trouble, hit that subscribe button.